Building Information Modeling, or BIM, are available in this web feature service in Industry Foundation class or IFC format. The analysts can view a catalog of BIMs available in the Newark Airport hangar scenario defined in OWS 4 and choose one of the buildings that is the existing aircraft hangar. The Onuma client is then used to get the IFC file from the WFS with an HTTP GET request. The building is imported and the list of spaces that are in the existing aircraft hangar are listed here. The aircraft hangar is then renamed to the aircraft hangar with the field hospital requirements. The building is imported with the geospatial reference, and the analyst can then view the file and the graphical plan of the aircraft hangar, including all of the spaces. The spaces can be color-coded based on different attributes, including GSA space categories and security zones and other attributes. The analyst can then continue to check to see if this existing aircraft hangar will support the field hospital requirements as defined in this scenario. A predefined set of spaces that support a field hospital for a dirty bomb scenario are selected from the client server from a list of spaces that can then be listed and chosen to be brought into the plan. The analyst can bring all the spaces in or select a few of them that will then be shown graphically in the floor plan. The spaces are added and they're immediately shown in the floor plan directly to the south of the existing aircraft hangar. The analyst can then continue to check to see if these spaces will fit into the existing aircraft hangar by dragging the spaces into position and continuing to do analysis on how the existing space can support these new field hospital requirements. We're going to zoom into the existing aircraft hangar and do some analysis on the size of the spaces in the existing aircraft hangar. We're looking for a space that is larger than 1,000 square feet that can fit the operating room of the field hospital. Spaces larger than 1,000 square feet are color-coded in red, which is more than one space. We're going to add one more part to the query to include spaces that have a ceiling height higher than 18 feet. This further filters down the spaces, and only one space meets those requirements. This space is one that could support the operating room, which is going to be brought in by a truck and needs to have a high ceiling space as well as a large area that can fit the operating room. The operating room is then dragged into the existing building, into the middle of the hangar space, and we can also drill down to see the details of what is inside that single room. Each of these spaces that is brought in as modules has equipment in it, so the analyst does not have to spend time researching, but can quickly review to see if the equipment will match the requirements of the field hospital as defined in the dirty bomb scenario. Equipment such as EKG and X-ray machines are shown in 2D and 3D. The analyst can drag and drop more equipment into the space or use the space as is. We will now continue to drag other field hospital spaces into the aircraft hangar and also to the exterior space adjacent to the aircraft hangar. Mobile HVAC units and other rooms are brought adjacent to the hangar and inside the hangar space and quickly analyzed to see if this matches the field hospital requirements. The large square shape on the lower right is a helicopter landing pad, and we will leave that on the outside of the aircraft hangar. Every move that we're making here is being tracked in the client database, and the plan files can be shared with many analysts as these decisions are being made real time. We will now post this back to the WFS, which will then be made available immediately to the other stakeholders in IFC format as well as CityGML, XML, and other formats. This will allow immediate decision making and a common operational picture where the analyst can quickly decide that yes, this aircraft hangar can support a field hospital that that would support the scenario being defined in this OWS 4. The file is being posted now to the WFS, which is then immediately made available in this catalog as one of the newer buildings at the top of the list.